BeanymanSports. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm just going to start it. Luke. Luke. Thank you.
Exactly what the doctor ordered, really, in terms of 4 goals, first Champions League away win since 2003.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what travelling out here, that's what we would have wanted, especially after the Arsenal ending. That was a big response from the players because that was a painful way to lose that game, and the players had to dig deep and look within themselves and come out fighting again. That's what we do best, and I thought it was a really good display today. It was always going to be a tough game, but I think as soon as we got that first goal, it settled us down and we played really well.
You always said that it takes new signings longer to adapt to your methods than perhaps it does at other clubs, but you must be starting to see the flickers of a flame, really, with that front three, the way they played today.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I think that there were certainly some good bits from them today. I think, I thought we attacked well today. I thought we defended well today. I think any time you get a clean sheet in the Champions League away from home, that's a good statement to make. And I think just generally how we attacked, there was a feeling we could score at any moment in the game. Okay, 2 of the goals have come from penalties, but we scored 4 away from home. We couldn't have asked any more than that, and there was some good individual performances as well, which is good to see.
Okay, we'll go to Dominic in the front row here.
After a lack of goals away from home, to score 4, get your biggest ever Champions League win, a 4th straight away clean sheet, how big a confidence boost is that?
Yeah, hopefully it helps us when we return to the Premier League, because we've been waiting for a performance like that, really, where, as I said, we looked like we could score at any moment. It wasn't, a perfect performance. There's things we can improve, but it was a big step in the right direction, and an important stage as well in the Champions League, because, as I've said before, we have to start well. These competitions are so high, the demands are so big on us that if we're slow starters, we could leave ourselves too much to do. So I certainly leave here, I think, in a lot healthier, positive frame of mind, and looking forward to the next game.
Yeah, it looked like Nick Woltemade wanted to take at least one of the penalties tonight. Was that a conversation who your penalty taker was this season beforehand, after losing the likes of Callum Wilson, Alexander Isak? Yeah,
I think that Anthony's been practicing them a lot. He's been working very hard on his routine. You can see that he's very focused. I was really pleased with how he took the 2 penalties. And I think when you see someone as dedicated as he's been towards that, had no hesitation in giving him that role.
Okay, just George in behind you, please.
Hi, Eddie. Yes, just also on Nick. I mean, it's no coincidence that, if he has wingers around him looking sort of energised and effective, that's going to make his qualities sort of come to the fore. But can you talk about his performance a bit, and also the fact he got that goal, whether he knew much about it or not?
Has it gone down as his goal?
Yeah, it took a while for it to be given to him, but it was Sandro first.
Okay. Yeah, that's the first I knew about that. I mean, I saw it, obviously, took a deflection. I wasn't sure who off. I thought he performed really well today. I think, as always with Nick, since I'm obviously learning about his game all the time, like everyone else is, like the players are, because we've had very limited training time, I think you can see his link-up play is such a big part of what he does, and I think it was excellent today. A lot of times he's the pass before the wingers receive the ball, and so sort of almost their involvement is reliant on his ability to play that pass. So I think you saw the 2 Anthony's get a lot of ball because of him, and of course the team. And I thought they both played well and were a constant threat in the match. And he's going to need crosses to score. That'll be one major source of his goals. I'm not so sure he'll score many like he did today, if that's credited to him. But I'm pleased he's got it, because that will just help him feel even more embedded into our team.
Thank you. Scott Wilson, just in. Thank you.
Just kind of still on the forward players, Eddie, it felt like today that one of the big differences to maybe some of the other away games this season has been just how kind of direct they were, and kind of how purposeful they wanted to be. And it feels like that's your side at its best when your kind of forward players are doing that. Was that kind of something that you were really urging to them? And how much of that is a confidence thing that it will just come, as results come?
A bit of both. I think tactically we knew today that, we felt we knew how the opponent was set up, so there could be space in the wide areas for us, and space for the 2 wingers that probably their best qualities are their pace and being direct. And I always insist that we're a progressive football team. I don't want us to play negative football. I don't want us to sometimes play too much in our build-up phase. That doesn't bring out the best in us. We've got dynamic players. I want to get them the ball as early as possible. I want to attack and I want to score. And I want the people that come to watch us to feel there's a team there that's trying to make the game in a positive way. So I thought we saw that today, and it was a return to our best style when I feel we're at our best. And yeah, hopefully that can stick and we can produce that consistently.
Thank you. We'll go to Damien, then Martin, and then Lee, please. Thank you.
Hi, Eddie. You've talked about the wingers there, but was that the Anthony Elanga you were buying, the way he played tonight? That's what you want him to do for you on a consistent basis?
Yeah, I think he's added moments in every game that he's played that have been very similar. But Barcelona, he almost made 2 goals with very similar movements than he did today. He is a quick, direct player, good 1v1, and I think any left back that plays against him or right back that plays against him will feel his threat. Then it's about him obviously trying to grow into our team and know how his teammates around him are going to play and where they want the ball. But I thought it was a step forward for him again today. Very pleased with his effort and what he's trying to give the team. And of course, he won a crucial penalty for us at a big stage of the game.
Can I just ask about Sandro? I mean, this stage is made for him.
Yeah, I think you saw the best of Sandro today. He was driving with the ball from an attacking sense, driving with the ball through midfield. He looked dynamic, he looked athletic. Technically, I thought Joelinton, Bruno, Sandro controlled that midfield in the early stages of the game, which really gave us confidence, I felt, and a platform to build off. So yeah, I think there's a really good performance from Sandro today.
Hi Eddie, please take this the right way. He's a fascinating player to watch. What exactly have you bought in, Nick?
Why?
What have you bought in him? All the levels to his game.
What do you mean?
In terms of he appears to be able to do just about everything in certain phases of the match.
So what was the question?
Sorry, what?
I'm not trying to be funny.
What have you bought in him, and what is his potential?
Yeah, I think his potential is high. I think that there's certain things that we want to get more from him. The physicality of the Premier League will insist that he does certain things. The covering of big distances. In the Premier League, you have to be able to do that to be effective. The constant nature, the ball's not out of play a lot in the Premier League. It's relentless, and you've got to be able to maintain that intensity for long periods of time. But I think his standout qualities are his technical ability. He looks like he's got a knack for scoring goals, which is a great thing to have. And of course his height and his presence, which I think he will get better at the longer he's with us. So I think it's an exciting start for him. I think he's done really, really well. And most importantly, he's willing. He wants to do the work and he wants to improve.
And if there is a possibility you and your staff can take him to 100%, what level is he at right now?
I think it's difficult to put a percentage of what he is right now. I think there's more to come. And there'll be more to come physically, tactically, as we go through the journey together with him. We'll be doing a lot of sort of physical work with him to get him robust enough for the Premier League week in, week out.
Okay, Lee Ryder, and then we'll come to the gentleman at the front, please. Thank you. Lee?
Eddie, what did you ask from your team tonight, given the sort of run you've been on? It's been sort of patchy form over all the competitions. What did you ask for the players tonight?
I asked for a lot. There's never one thing. I think that if you were to try and pin me down to one, it will be 100% effort in every moment. But then, of course, tactically and how we set up is quite complex. So I asked loads of different things. But I think the effort has to be there. And I think the effort's been there this season. I don't think I've had a game where I've questioned that. You can question how well we perform in certain moments, of course, and we'll continue to strive for more. I do see a group that's committed and trying its best.
Do you think that it sort of just calms everything down a little bit, or did you not go there before that?
I don't know. You tell me, Lee. I'm isolated from it. I don't listen to it. I don't expose myself to it. I'll know that when we don't win, there'll be noise, and when we do, maybe it quietens down for a bit. But just for now, focusing on the next game.
And did you have anything to say on the record about Tino Livramento?
On the what, sorry?
On Tino, his injury status.
Yeah, so from yesterday, Tino, we think will be roughly around 6 to 8 weeks, which is probably positive from where we were after the game, thinking it might be months. So yeah, we're probably looking, not this international break, but maybe the next one, he could be back. So certainly more positive, yeah, than we initially feared.
Thank you. The gentleman at the front here, please.
Thank you. Tanu Jallo, Guinea News. Coach Eddie, congratulations for the win. It's a follow-up question about Nick. From what you have seen this evening, can you say that he's silencing the critics about his transfer, especially those coming from Germany? Thank you.
I don't see that being a big motivator for Nick. I think, again, people will always discuss transfer fees and all the things that go into a transfer. I think for the player's perspective, it's all about just trying to commit to what you're being asked to do and doing your best. And he seemed very, very good in that respect off the pitch. He's not seemed too unsettled. It's just been, he's come in from another country and just trains every day, very little fuss, but wants to improve and wants to help the team. And I think as long as he does have those qualities, he'll do really well here.
Do you have a precise date of the return of Yoane Wissa in the team?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Yeah, Yoane Wissa return date. Yoane Wissa return date.
Yeah, I think we're still on track for where we were, which is after this international break coming up. He hasn't trained on the grass yet, so we haven't seen him as part of any team training. So at the moment, that's the schedule, but we'll wait and see.
Okay, Craig Hall, just in the middle here.
Hi, Eddie. On Nick, do you like to see him wanting to take those 2 penalties, or do you prefer a player just to follow the manager's pre-match instruction?
No, I love it. I think the best strikers that I've seen and worked with want to score, and even if there is a directive, they don't care. They still want to score, and they want that responsibility because that's what they live to do. So I've got no issue with that at all.
Just a word on Sven Botman as well. It's quite a quirk. He's never actually been capped by Holland. He's come back into the team. Just where is he at? And speak to that. The fact that he's never been capped. It is quite bizarre when you see him at that level.
Yeah, I think he's been really good. I think this is the best we've seen of Sven since his injury. Very, very pleased with the 3 games that he's had because that's a big physical ask for him. I think it's 3. Today I thought he was outstanding. And I think himself and Malick at the heart of the defence used the ball really well, and I think that was a big part of how we controlled the game. So yeah, very pleased. I think that the caps will come if Sven continues to play in the manner that he has the last few weeks, and I'm sure that's something he's thinking about.
Okay, we're going to take 2 more. We've got to Jordan Cronin right at the back. And then to Kieran. Thank you.
Hi, Eddie. You mentioned Malick there, serenaded by the fans at the end. How pleased have you been with his start of life at Newcastle?
Yeah, very good. I think Malick, again, he's come into the football club, and the biggest compliment I can pay him, he's settled in really quickly. He's looked at home with his teammates. He's been excellent in training. Now, obviously the challenge for him was to wait for his opportunity because Sven and Dan started the season, and our defensive record and the defensive performances were excellent. So, there was a period where he had to be patient and wait, and he did, and he was absolutely fine. And of course, then the challenge is when the opportunity arises, you've got to come in and grab it. And I think he's done that. Very pleased with him today. As I said, him and Sven building a good relationship, and use of the ball was of the highest level today, I thought.
Thank you. Kieran to finish in the middle.
Got there in the end. You obviously battled in Paris and Milan a couple of years ago, but how big a moment, how significant does this feel maybe for the group to believe they belong on this stage, I guess, to actually win away from home?
Yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction in that respect. It's a difficult one to answer. Do the players feel at ease with the level? I would say that they should. And there's no reason why we can't win games at this level, home and away, because I think we have the players and the squad to do that. But then you have to do it to maybe believe it yourself. I don't know. I'm already there in this respect. I know we can do it. But this will help us. I think this will help the group. And as I said, when you look at the league table, there's 2 games in, but there'll be a better feeling when you see it. And we're in around teams that have been on this stage for a number of years. So now we just move on to our next Premier League game. And of course, this goes away for a little bit, but we'll be looking ahead to it with excitement.
So Barnes and Asula come on and make an impact. Do you think almost a benchmark has been set by the guys who started tonight, that the players who want to get in the team know they have to really step up to get in?
Absolutely, and I think that's the dynamics of the squad battle are intriguing, because when you get a moment, you've got to grab it. If it's 15, 20 minutes, you've got to impress, because the level is so high, and the guys, of course, the start of the game did very well, so there's an extra onus for the guys coming on to make an impact as well. I thought Harvey did, Will did, I thought all the subs did well today. Maybe wasn't the case at the weekend, and that's something that we're very, very aware of, that the squad needs to be ready at any moment to impact and help the group.
Okay, thank you everybody. Safe journey home. Thank you.
Thank you.